This is Steven Tyler of Aerosmith, and when I'm in St. Louis, I listen to 94.7, St. Louis' only real rock and roll station.
Rock and roll that you cannot kill. It will live forever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Perry.
How you doing?
Wow, dude, this is twice in a month now. I had Chris Cornell in about a month ago. I never thought I'd see him in my studio, and God knows I never thought I'd see Joe Perry.
Why is that?
Well, because you don't need to do it, man.
What do you mean don't need to?
Because you probably did all those radio gigs when you guys were, coming up.
Yeah, we did all that.
Yeah.
But I don't see any difference between then and now. I mean, the fans still want to hear, and I'm glad to have the fans there that want to hear. So when we have the time, it's good to do this. I'm really glad to be here. If it wasn't for the fans, I wouldn't be.
Aerosmith Kiss Tour, I was just bringing that up. Yeah. That was a great tour. What were your thoughts on that and how fun? Because I'm sure that they probably opened for you in the 70s too, right?
I think we did one or two gigs together. We did, we first played with them at some college or something, and this was back when they were still wearing leather jackets and jeans, and they had the face paint, and we were going, and the audience was going crazy over them, and we were going, what are we going to have to do now? Wear tutus? I mean, it's like, is that where the rock and roll's going? And because we were both trying to make it, and they obviously had caught on to something. They asked me to come up on stage and jam, and I didn't know at that point that they had never let anybody up on stage to play with them.
Wow.
Ever in the 70s, and everybody wanted to get up and play with them. I mean, everyone from Elton John to just everybody. And I said, I got to wear the boots, though. And so I practiced for 3 days with the boots on.
Oh, my God.
And I know there are pictures on the internet of me playing and in a line with Gene and Paul and me standing there all around the same height. And it's no easy chore playing in those things,
I can't
let me
imagine.
tell you.
Or you just let alone walking.
Or playing a guitar. I mean, you're so off balance anyway. And they said they just put them on and they go. After playing the Super Bowl, anything goes.
Right. What was that experience like? Was that just crazy?
Well, it was amazing to be part of something bigger than just a big rock show. Even a big festival where you got a lot of big name acts, and you got to meet a lot of friends that you haven't you wanted to meet, or people that you haven't seen in a long time. I mean, just to be part of this thing that's so big, like the NFL, and you're just the entertainment part, you know,
right.
And just to watch this huge machine go on, it's just incredible.
Joe Perry, when I say St. Louis, what do you think of?
Well, obviously, I think of the Arch. I had a friend that was a pilot back in the 70s, and he claimed to have flown under the Arch in a small plane. And I don't know, I wasn't there to see it, but he says he did it and escaped being arrested. But I think the most important event that I can think of is actually being at Chuck Berry's 80th birthday party at his club underneath where they have the live shows. And it was really for friends and family, and his family invited me to be there. And I got to sit in the audience and watch him play and get up on stage and play a couple songs with him. I mean, how it doesn't get any better than that.
Talk about the relationship, Joe, between Aerosmith and a station like KSHE. KSHE's been around for about 42 years. That bond that happened with group bands and radio stations back in the 70s that, like today, still exists.
Well, without you guys getting the music out there, I think that people know that there's a place they can go. I mean, once the computer breaks down and once all this other stuff that comes and goes, there's a radio station and you can get it. And and they stick to their guns. You guys stick to your guns, and you sometimes have to change some stuff with the times, but your heart's in the right place. and you know it's always going to come back around, no matter how many times they say, guitar music is back. Guitars are no good anymore. The guitars are gone. There's no more guitars. Guitars are back. Whatever. You guys just keep on playing that rock.
And what do you think of Sweetmeat, our mascot on your shirt right
Well,
there?
I think that this is brings up a lot of memories for me, because this is actually the cover of a little-known British band that influenced us back in 1969, 1970, and we used to listen to these. I think there were 2 records and a couple of EPs that came over from England, and they played great music, kind of ahead of their time.
We know you're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but KSHE, on our museum, we have our own KSHE Hall of Fame.
Really?
And I'm officially inducting Aerosmith right now into the KSHE Hall of Fame. Do you have an acceptance speech?
All I have to say is I'm proud to represent Aerosmith, to be here to accept that honor, and be sure to let the boys know.
It sure ain't no surprise.